It's been 1 week since the birds arrived on the farm. You can check out the previous video. But for now, let us evaluate 1 week's growth performance. Welcome to the Loonda Farming channel. This is part 3 of the Chicks to Eggs series, and today we will be monitoring the average weight and uniformity of the birds. This will help us determine growth performance in 1 week in relation to the management guide targets. At Loonda we love to farm, so if you are new here, consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the bell icon, so that you don't miss out on any of these YouTube series of Chicks to Eggs. The very first thing you have to do, before purchasing day-old chicks, is to verify the breed of the birds you are going to rear. There are many breeds out there, but in our case we ordered for the Lohmann Brown breed. The best thing therefore would be to download the management guide for Lohmann Brown, which will guide you through the brooding, rearing and laying stages of the bird. So let us see how this is done. Get onto your computer, laptop or pad, use your preferred search engine, and search for Lohmann Brown Management Guide in this case. As you can see, the guide has a lot of information on how to manage the breed that you have selected. However, for now we are looking for body and weight development section of the management guide. According to the management guide, Week 1 targets should range between 73 to 77 grams or an average of 75 grams. This is how we apply the theory practically on the farm. We start off with partitioning an area where we can isolate approximately 10% of the birds and get them ready for recording their weights. There are a number of methods birds can be weighed. You could do it in batches of 10 or more and get the average, but in our case we weigh each bird at a time, since our numbers are not too large. But for very large numbers, it would be advisable to do it in batches. In order to weigh birds correctly and effectively, you need to have a very good and well-calibrated weighing scale. A poor and unreliable scale will give misleading results, which will end up giving you the wrong growth and performance of the birds. This will therefore lead you to making wrong decisions on how to rear your batch of chicks. This particular weighing scale has an inbuilt battery, which you can charge once, and it will work for a very long time. If you would like to know where we purchased this scale, you can leave us a comment or better still send us an email. Also make sure you have the appropriate material to write and record the weights, as this is very important management information. Make sure you provide enough space when you have partitioned off some of the birds to make sure you don't lose any due to trampling or squeezing themselves in the corners. This is very important, and you have to be very vigilant. Now that we have recorded all the information on the farm, it's time to evaluate the results. To get the kids involved, I assign them some duties. For a small fee, they input all the data correctly into an Excel spreadsheet and email it to me. This is the Excel template that I use to calculate my average weight and uniformity from the results of the weights from the farm. We start off from copying the weights from the email received to the main template. Once all the recorded weight data is populated into the template, it would automatically calculate the results for you. As you can see, it counts the number of birds weighed. Then it calculates your average weight. And lastly, the uniformity. These are the most important pieces of information needed at this time. Our average weight is 75 grams, and our uniformity is 81%, from a sample space of 410 chicks. The template also has the ability to identify the highest and lowest weights in the sample that was weighed, so you are able to tell what the heaviest and lowest birds weigh. Once we are done with that initial evaluation, we populate the weights in the week 1 column. In week 1, the targets from the management guide for Lohmann Brown are populated. So you can see that the average weight of 75 grams falls right in the middle of the expected weights of a maximum of 77 and minimum of 73 grams. With a uniformity of 81.5%, we are basically doing very well for week 1 growth performance. Here you have a summary of your performance, week by week. This is our process every week to monitor the growth of the birds. There will be times when we have not hit the weight targets or have poor uniformity. With this information, you are able to react quickly to developing problems during the rearing process on your way to the laying stage of the birds. If you would like a copy of the Excel template, please make sure you have subscribed, then leave a comment, or better still send us an email and we will get right back to you.